Welcome, my friends, to a short show that Stigley's ever had. This is version number 4 of the Eugene S Robinson Show Stomper. I'm your host, Eugene S Robinson. Let's let Bob Riley sing us in, like he has every single week. It's 2007. Record called The Calling of the Just, Band Stigmata, still available from Revelation Records, Huntington Beach, California, when they took you to get to the nightclub, hit your car with a hammer, and run your mayor pro tem out of town on the rail to open up a Substack restaurant in Central Florida. Still available? I know because I own it. Go and buy it. So listen well. For Bob O'Reilly. Baba O'Reilly. Sing us in.
I'm on my way back to nowhere. I took my time with a feeling I see too clear. When I'm taking a real good look at you. I'm taking a real good look at your face. I'm on my way back to damn far. So bring it back
nothing. All right. So, short show because the timing got all screwed. Let me plug in the headset. The headset has been working sporadically. It may work. It may not. Can you tell me? It seems to be like I'm getting a signal here. Strangely enough, for the show, everything else I've been trying to use the headset for not working. Can you hear me? Yeah, man. Hey, listen, my experience with Huntington Beach either involves the three things I gave in the intro or a bottle of vodka. Okay, I could be heard. So a short show. Okay, good. There we go. Short show this week because timer got screwed up. Got to go to a play. Go to a play with the kid, the wife. Kid play. Went last night to one, yesterday after the one called Hullabaloo blah 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 something. The guy was like, "Hey, I'm from. Can you guess where I'm from?" And his name is Etan. I was about to say, "Yeah, Israel," but funny how in this day and age, just yelling something like that out in a crowded room might seem like a provocation. Where he goes, "Well, no, New York, but you know where I just came from? I came from Brazil." And so he played all these bossa nova hits, these jazz hits, but he Rafiized them. The Dizzy tune. So
playing in the morning.
Oh no! What? I didn't ask for you nothing. What is that? Siri, we're just picking shit up for no reason. So they play like Salt Peanuts by again. Apparently this gets Siri going. Salt Peanuts. No. They don't do that. And some bossa nova tunes. But what drove me crazy is the guy was either high, he was either sharp or flat. The bossa nova, salt peanut. He's like, bro, I'm sure you got pretty good money for this. And it was a big auditorium. The place where I first took a philosophy class in college, Dinkenspiel Auditorium on Stanford campus. And for some reason, they didn't think it was important with an audience full of 4-year-olds to turn the air conditioning on. So you can imagine it. Yeah. Last week's show is private. 15 minutes after the show ends. It's free while it's live. And then as soon as it's over, the live portion, I switch it to private. And June does what she does, which is to put it up on Substack for all subscribers to hear in its entirety and non-subscribers to hear teasers of. That's the way that works. So the fact that you don't know that you can't see it because it's private means you haven't subscribed, JW. Riding the gravy train straight down into hell. Handbasket and everything. Anyway, so that's the deal. Tuesday, we did If the Shoes Fit. If the Shoes Fit. Nash did it live from Minneapolis, where he was spending some time with his mom, who's real, and his girlfriend, who is not. Yeah, she's Barbara. You don't know her. She's from Minneapolis. No, she's at another school. You haven't met her. So anyway, going into Saturday, we'll just condense the whole week. Going into Saturday, I'm like, yeah, the fights. And it's like you ever walk along a railroad track and find an animal that's dead, but's kind of moving. I remember seeing a raccoon like that in Maryland and got a big stick. And me and the other guys I was with, we were looking at that thing, and it was moving. And I said, I'm going to see what happens. And I poked it with the stick. And of course, what was making it move was that it was engorged with maggots. And that's what was making it move. So that was even more horrifying. But I had to make sure it was dead. Right. And that's the thing. A lot of times with people with, they don't talk about this. There we go, folks. Like, they don't talk about this with like drug addicts. But I think every drug addict at a certain point either owes it to themselves or owes it to themselves to embrace the fact that they can't do this, expose themselves to whatever drug they had problems with. Whatever your addiction was at a certain point when you're over the addiction, this whole thing like, oh, my kid's got a peanut allergy. Oh, can't have any peanuts in the, you know what? To hell with all that. Let's just see exposure therapy, right? Just make sure it's dead. So I go into Saturday and I'm thinking, and I said, I finally start to break down. I'm getting the kid ready for bed. She's taking a bath. I'm starting to think, it's 6:38. And I just 7:11. I'm in the bed, crawling to bed to tell a kid a nighttime bedtime story. I think, maybe I should. And then I go. I go up there and I can't pay for what's amounts to 2 fights. Do you really give a shit about Jose Aldo at this point in 2024? Don't bullshit me because you don't. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, do you really want it? Is that worth $80, $90? No, you don't. Kayla Harrison, whatever the fuck cares. Pena against Pennington. Who? What? Who cares? What else was there? Oven St. Preux, other sports beckon, and Span. Come on. And the fight that none of us know we wanted and still don't want. Khalil Roundtree and Alex Poatan. Now, the good thing is that Poatan is in no way, shape, or form. I might admit that I watched it without paying for it, but that would be foolish to admit criminal activity on a public forum. But Poatan, at this point now, is in no danger of being sukajued. He's that rare beast, a Johnny Boney Joni type beast, where he can simultaneously accompany Guy and not barreled. Johnny Boney Joni is barreled. That is bent over a barrel, pants around his ankles because of his problems outside the cage. He needs the UFC. The UFC needs him. And that's not a good position to be in when you're dealing with the house, because the house always wins. Before the numerous rape allegations, alleged anal rapist Conor McNuggets had the UFC over the barrel. Even with $600 million in the bank, he is still one over the barrel because he can't call his shots because of problems outside the cage. Poatan, had he lost this one, like Izzy, would be a guy over a barrel. At this point, he can afford to be a company guy because he's not over a barrel. I've showed you I'm willing to do whatever you want, and there should be a concomitant increase in my payouts. Otherwise, maybe I'm not so compliant. Or alternatively, maybe I'm not so tough. Now, Kayla, everybody expected a lot, and they got little. I might point to the fact that Holly Holmes roped and doped everybody because her first 2 UFC fights were not Sukuju affairs. I think they gave her increasingly stiff competition, but she dogged her way through the fights. Nobody, all with the eye toward Honda Housey, which she won in spectacular fashion, upending the odds makers and making people in Vegas very, very rich at the time. Which is what my beef is with Juliana Pena, because of course she was the Lee Harvey Oswald of MMA, but she really thought the fact that she beat Amanda Nunes counted for something other than building a beach house for the bald one. which is precisely what she did when you look at the odds going into that fight. You don't think there's collusion? Look, the line of patter is really easy. Your legacy is assured. You're a Hall of Famer. And nobody in this fight game who's any good has one of those, 25 and 0 rankings. Everybody, it rains on the just and the unjust, the lack of rain, little rain falls in everybody's life. So you're helping your friends and you're helping yourself too. All right. So, there you go. Necromancy, bringing the dead back to life. JW. All right, do it, bro. But he, at this point, is not barreled. Just seems like he's happy guy. He's happy to be anywhere. He's got a story that the UFC loves, even though his English is bad. He's killing it on the internet game, TikTok scenario. Porton is again, these guys don't know what they had. When you looked at Anderson Silva and he beat the pants off of Rich Franklin and they had them give the Baldwin looked like he wanted to die, putting the belt around Anderson Silva. But the real deal will always make you money. Honda Housey for a period of time, all of the money makers, he was soft on all of them. All the ones that he was really high on, Sage Northpaw. What? Sage Northpaw. What? Sage Northpaw. All the ones that he had an eye, nothing. Crickets. Got his face broken. Sage Northpaw. So, the fights last night, it was, I don't want to say it was a nothing burger. Because you could win and then lose a fight and lose and win a fight. And this fight, the winners won, the losers lost, and there was no mathematics that made that any different. Porton was up there winning the internet game when Jamal Hill was like, it was a boring fight. And he just woke up from being knocked out last time. Oh, you're a native English speaker, Jamal Hill. How'd you let him get away with that? I guess you couldn't help it. Just like the fight. And I don't care how many people you got in your pocket try pushing for a rematch because, there was the controversy. You know what controversy there was? Let me ask my left testicle. How much controversy? He says no. Jamal Hill, if you got a problem with that, I got a right one too. Not one, not three, but two of them that I'm willing to extend to you to juggle in your mouth. No. Jamal Hill doesn't deserve that kind of contempt, but he's talking crazy, much like Sugar Shane O'Malley. I like it. It's MAGA fueled. It never happened. I never lost. Funny, I could see Chael Sonnen doing it, but Sugar Shane is not nearly as funny as Chael Sonnen. And that's what we love. So, do I feel better not having paid for the fight? I do indeed. Does this set things up on the John Nash scale of significance? Does this set things up that are more interesting down the road? Not necessarily. Kayla went in expecting to win. She won. Her stock is lower because she won in a pointless, depressing fashion. Journeyman. Okay, there's a little bit of altitude in Salt Lake, but it's not Denver. If you're searching for an explanation as to why people are flat and flabby. Right? So, Porton goes in a winner, comes out a winner, Ankalev and all these the Russians, Soviet, the Georgians, all these guys, the Dagestan making noise. Shut the fuck up at this point now. Because the influencer fighter who can actually fight wins the game. Now since the guy with the fuzzy hat, y'all don't wear the fuzzy hats, you got to do something to draw some interest. And just winning is not going to be that something. So, in any case, so that's the fight. Hey, you want an MMA show, you got it. This did nothing on the Jin significance. It didn't set up any more interesting matchups down the road. In fact, it minimized them. Court McGee. What? Tim Means. Huh? Oh, no. Nothing good came out of this. Nothing good. At the best, you hope for stasis. that the apple cart wasn't upended too much one way or the other. But it was nothing. You know what's something? $100. That's something. That's a tank of gas and a sandwich. That's a bag of groceries and a tank of a gas can full of gas. That's what it is. How you doing, kid?
Dad,
yes.
you want to go with us to the
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a minute to wrap up here.
Yeah, it's right now.
I know. I'm wrapping up. The longer I talk to you, the longer it takes me to wrap up. All right. But anyway, exactly. We're talking about the subculture of MMA with that because it's UFC MMA adjacent. There's no real news out of there. It's story. It's a story. It's just, these are stories, and they're losing the story game. The jiu-jitsu thing is much more compelling to me. I trained with 30 guys at jiu-jitsu on Saturday. How many of them watched the fight? One. What does that mean? Guys who do jiu-jitsu 7 days a week, we got one of the 30 guys who paid attention to the fights. Ugh. Now, in regards to the Substack, go read the Substack. If you haven't, send it to your asexual friends. The wife tried to make some claim, well, oh, we've always done that. Bridget Bardot, Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, we always had hot chicks. Yeah, but that was before mass media. Then we were being fed that. Now we're seeking it to eat. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. Read it. Asexuality. It's the new black. I'm all about it. What I'm hoping is in the final wash, for those of you who don't watch the show until midweek or something, which I don't imagine there are many of you who do that, midweek, that she edits them both together. So that would be cool. No guarantee. She's having eye problems. God love her. Having some kind of surgery on her eyes. I don't know what's happening, but I hope she is okay. But once again, at the first of the month, as some of you, TM knows, BC knows, some of you know that at the beginning of the month, I owe her approximately $100 a week for taking care of the show. And if you give some money so I don't have to fully shoulder the burden of it, hey, shoulder my burden without complaint. You got that right. Out of my own pocket. You got that right. Not complaining, just noting. If you want to donate something to Substack, then it's never free or not free for you. It's always free for you, or relatively, well, you know what I mean. You paid for it, you get it. So anyway, that's why I'm here now. But also, I'm here more now to serve the Substack and less to serve the show, because in the 17 minutes that I already recorded, we talked about the fights. And they will only come up here now as a counterpoint to the rest of the stuff that needs to be talked about. And mostly, I say needs to be talked about because on the basis of the Substack, an argument ensues, and it was a healthy argument, with the wife. And this is what I was expecting, needing, and truly the spirit within which the thing is written. So for those of you, let's get a little background. There's no show open, not a real commercial, because it's going to be edited. So I'm open. If not, then you can just listen to one after another, and it's the same thing. So the premise is, this whole week, last week, the Substack is always about what has obsessed me the week before. Now, so Tuesday, we got If the Shoes Fit. I think John is back in pocket after spending a few days with his girlfriend, Barbara, who you don't know. She goes to another high school. Bad Boss Brief this week is the boss that you talk to your therapist about. I got interviews all through this week. Eventually, they're going to start seeing the light of day. The third Buñuel single is out. If you type in Buñuel, the band, and Class, CLASS, you will hear it. You might like it. You should listen to it. The piece is out in Alta Magazine already. I got a piece coming up in Decibel that I need to write this week. That's it for about the week. So let's... No. The Lydia thing is November 9th. Early show at Great American Music Hall. You heard it here first. They haven't even started putting the ad mat together or are announcing it yet. I imagine they'll announce it this week. Just send me a copy of send me a copy of book. I'm glad to read it. God damn it. But until then, I can't scream because the kid is now sleeping. Look what you made me do! Don't die, buddy. Don't die.